Hello viewers and welcome to day 27 of India lockdown. Well, things have started to look more optimistic as Manipur becomes a second COVID-free state after Goa. Despite 36 deaths being reported in the last 24 hours, the government has some positive news to share with us. The doubling rate of the disease has declined significantly to every 7.5 days from 3.4 days before the lockdown. Some parts of the country will be opening for important economic activities. As of 5 pm today, India has 17,656 confirmed cases and 559 deaths, with over 14,000 confirmed cases and more than 2,800 discharge cases. Now let's take you through some important headlines of the day. The Punjab government has ruled out any relaxation in the curfew till May 3rd, barring wheat procurement. Apart from Punjab, Telangana and Delhi had on Sunday announced they would not give any relaxations from the lockdown. The Tamil Nadu government also said that the prohibitory orders enforced in the state to implement the ongoing coronavirus-triggered lockdown will continue till May 3rd. Karnataka also didn't opt to ease the restrictions till May 3rd in line with the centre's guidelines. Fitch Solutions has cut India's economic growth forecast for the financial year 2020-21 to 1.8%, saying private consumption is likely to contract due to large-scale loss of income in the face of worsening domestic outbreak of COVID-19. India's new rules for foreign investment violate WTO principles of non-discrimination and are against free and fair trade, a Chinese embassy spokesperson in New Delhi said on Monday. On Saturday, India stepped up scrutiny of investments from companies based in neighboring countries in what is seen as a move to stave all takeovers by Chinese firms during the coronavirus outbreak. The National Highways Authority of India has resumed toll collection on national highways as the government slowly eased the restrictions to revive stalled economic activities. The NHAI had suspended toll collection on all national roads after the 21-day nationwide lockdown announced on March 24th. Prominent Muslim body Jamiat Ulema-e-Hind has appealed to Muslims to adhere to all the guidelines of the lockdown and perform all religious rituals during Ramzan, staying inside their homes. Vijay Mallya on Monday lost a UK High Court appeal against his extradition, a major turning point that brings India closer to getting back the embattled liquor tycoon wanted in the alleged fraud and money laundering charges amounting to Rs 9,000 crores. He has 14 days to apply for permission to appeal to the UK Supreme Court. Now my colleague Sandesh will take you through the latest figures and updates across different regions in the country.
Thanks Deepshika. Here are the latest numbers as of 5 pm today. A total of 1,553 new coronavirus cases have been detected in the last 24 hours. This is the largest single-day spike during the pandemic. According to Health Ministry officials, the doubling rate has improved over the past week. It has improved from 3.4 to 7.5 days. Here is the latest tally so far. Jammu and Kashmir confirms 4 new cases. The total count rises to 354. With 110 new cases in Delhi, tally rises to 2003. In Agra, the total tally has reached 255. 283 new cases reported in Maharashtra. Total count now stands at 4,483. 9-day-old infant tests positive in Bhopal. Total number of cases in Odisha stands at 68. 5 new cases in Karnataka, state tally reaches 395. 57 new cases in Rajasthan, state tally now 1535. Death toll in Indore rises to 52, cases reached 897. 4 more deaths in Gujarat, state toll rises to 67. That's it from my side. Back to you, Deepshika.
Thanks Sandesh. My colleague Saloni will now take you through the market developments for today. Over to you, Saloni.
Well, thank you, Deepshika. So here's what happened in the market today. HDFC Twins and Infosys helped Sensex eke out 59-point gain. However, Nifty ended marginally lower. Hopes of an economic stimulus package from the government boosted the sentiment, yet rising number of coronavirus cases and somber global market mood capped gains. Only 9 of 30 Sensex stocks ended in the green. Infosys added 4% ahead of Q4 earnings. Having said that, we spoke to market veteran Bharat Shah today and he cautioned investors that just because stocks have become cheaper, it is not necessary that they cannot fall further. In the currency market, the rupee declined 14 paise to 76.53 against the US dollar. In the oil market, US crude futures declined nearly 4% to $27 per barrel, while the US oil futures slipped to $15 per barrel in intraday trade. Well, that's all on the market front. Back to you.
Thanks, Aloni. Now let's take a look at the major headlines from all around the world. In a case of two rallies, an estimated 2,500 people rallied at the Washington state capitol on Sunday to protest Democratic Governor Jay Inslee's stay-at-home order to limit the spread of coronavirus, defying a ban on gatherings of 50 or more people. Contrary to this was the images of Israelis protesting against Benjamin Netanyahu while maintaining social distancing. Meanwhile, according to Johns Hopkins tracker, US coronavirus deaths has topped 40,000. According to Reuters, Japan's government is boosting its new economic stimulus package by 8% to $1.1 trillion to fund cash payouts to lessen the pain from the coronavirus outbreak. Meanwhile, Japan's virus cases have surged over 10,000. Iran has begun opening intercity highways and major shopping centers to stimulate its sanctions-choked economy, even as some fear it could lead to second wave of infections. The worldwide coronavirus cases now exceed 2.38 million and the death toll has crossed 1,64,900. Well, that was all for today. Stay home, stay safe, and stay tuned to economictimes.com.